Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Cracking the Technical Interview. In this channel we disclose almost all the technical questions that are asked mostly in product based company. My name is Anindo, working as technical recruiter, and I am here to help you so that everyone can land their job in their dream company. So let's start the journey. Hello guys and welcome to another video tutorial series on linked list. And today we will be discussing on another interview question that you can easily expect during a technical interview, and that is how to reverse a linked list. So let's understand the problem of how to reverse a linked list using our whiteboard session. So here you can see we have a linked list with nodes like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the problem statement says that you need to reverse the linked list. That is, the output of your program should form a linked list in the reversed order. Means 5, then 4, then 3, then 2 and 1. So this is reversing of the linked list. So let's first understand how to do it in single iteration. So there are plenty of ways by which you can reverse a linked list. For example, you can reverse a linked list using a data structure called a stack. Like, you will iterate the entire linked list for the first time, and as soon as you encounter a node, you will push the value in the stack, and after that you will pop the value from the stack and you will create a new linked list. But there will be a lot of complexity. Number one, there will be a time complexity as well as there will be a space complexity because you are using another data structure stack. So if you can understand that if you have a linked list of millions of data, then the amount of time that will be consumed reversing the linked list. So obviously that is not a recommended solution. So let's understand the most optimized way of reversing the linked list, and that is in a single iteration. So to reverse a linked list, we need 3 pointers. Number one, we need a pointer called as current, means the pointer that is pointing to the current element. Next means the pointer that will be pointing to the next element, and the previous means the element that is previous to current, so the previous node. So this is the 3 pointer that you need to reverse a linked list. So let's see how we will do it. So what we will do, we will initialize this previous pointer with null, and we will initialize the current pointer with the head of the linked list. So right now our previous is pointing to null and the current is pointing to the head of the linked list. Now we will iterate on this linked list using the current pointer. So let's write a while loop. So here, until and unless the current pointer is not reaching the end of the linked list, that is null, we will keep moving the pointer forward. Now in between this while loop, we need to do a couple of statement and couple of pointer manipulation so that we can reverse the linked list. So let's understand one by one. So right now our current element is pointing to the first node of our linked list. So the first step is we need the address of the next node. So we will initialize the next pointer with the current next. So here you can see I have initialized the value of the next with current dot next, means right now the next pointer is pointing to this node. Now the second step is, here you can see we need to reverse this linked list, means we need to change the direction of this pointer and it should point to the previous element. So what we'll do, we will change this pointer, that is, and we will assign it with the previous value, that is, for the first time it is null. So right now you can see we have deleted the connection between 1 and 2. So the first element is now no longer pointing to the second element, but it is pointing to the previous element. and our next is pointing to the second element. So now the next step is, before moving forward, we need to change the previous. Right now the previous is pointing to null. But since we have already connected this current node with the previous, now we need to change the previous and assign it to current node. So right now our previous is pointing to the current node over here. Now what we will do on the next step, we will change the address of this current and we will point it to the next variable. So what does it mean? Now this is your new current element, and thus we are closing the while loop. So these are the 4 lines that is needed for reversing a linked list. So understand the sequence of execution of this problem. So let me explain one more time. Let me clear this out. So for the first time, we have our current over here and we have the previous that is pointing to null, and we have next that is pointing to nothing. So here we can see we are checking that whether the current value is null or not. So over here it is not null, so we are entering the while loop. Now what we will do, we will assign the next pointer with the current dot next, that is it should point right now over here, so that in the next step over here, when we are assigning this pointer to the previous element, we should not lose the address of 2. So in step 1, we are saving the address of the second element into the next pointer. Now, since we have the address of the second element, we can freely delete this connection between 1 and 2 and reassign the address of 1 to previous element, that is null. Now the previous is already used, we don't need the address of previous anymore. So before moving to the next element, what we'll do, we will reassign the pointer previous with the current element. So this is our new previous. And then we will move this current pointer to the next element, that is current equal to next. So let's write on this code for the second node. So right now our next is pointing to 2, our current is also pointing to 2, and our previous is pointing to 1. Now again it enters the loop, it checks whether the current is null or not, so it's not null, so it enters the loop. Again it will update the value of next with current dot next, so your new next will be over here, and current dot next equal to previous. So here current dot next means this, we are assigning this to previous, and we will change previous equal to current, means this previous will again now point to the new current over here, and we will move this current forward, that is current equal to next. So in this way it will keep on changing this pointer like this, and at the end what we need to do, we just need to change the head to previous. So at the end our head will point to the last element, that is 5. So at the end of this while loop, we will get our result like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's write the entire Java program over here so that it will be more easy to understand. So let's name the function as reverse list. And we will pass one parameter, that is head of the linked list. Now as we discussed, we need to create 3 pointers, one previous, one next, and one current. And we will set the previous to null, and we will set the current to the head of the linked list. So our current is now targeting to the first node and previous is pointing to null. Now we will write the while loop as before. And as I explained, we need to write those 4 statements in the same sequence order. Means now this got assigned to over here. Then current.next equal to previous, means we are changing this pointer to previous one. Then here we are changing the previous to our new current, that is, and then we are changing our current to next, and thus we end our while loop. And before returning the head of the linked list, we just need to set the new head to the previous element and return the head. So this solution is pretty easy and straightforward. Just you need to understand this four line in sequence. So if you just understand this four line, that why we are doing this in this sequence, it will be pretty easy for you to reverse the linked list. Hopefully it is clear to you. If not, just go back to the video again and try to understand why we are initializing the pointers, why we are assigning the pointer in this fashion. So hopefully this solution is clear to you. If not, let me know in the comment section below. So let's move to the next question of our linked list. See you in my next video. Thank you.